What is up, YouTube? Let's dive on to some things that I've been learning over this past, I don't know, few months being a mindset coach. Throughout these last few months, I've been doing a bunch of leadership and development learning and oh man. I'm gonna have to turn this around. Hold on one second. All right, a lot of people talk about IQ and not enough people talk about EQ, which is emotional intelligence. And here are 3 things that have significantly impacted my emotional intelligence. Starting off with number 1, recognizing my patterns, right? So by regularly recognizing my mindfulness, I've been able to become more aware with my thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. And when you think about your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, you'll be able to not just react to situations, but you'll be able to respond to certain situations, good or bad. When I was growing up, I had a trauma life. I had a, whatever life you want to call it. We've all been in those times where growing up, we had to go through trials and tribulations. But we don't always understand that we bring those trials and tribulations to our current situation of life. So when I was getting into arguments or just bad discussions that went south, and when I wasn't acting in my true authentic self, it was because something triggered me. Something from my past days made me feel like I was back in my past days. So by recognizing my patterns, I was able to really look deep at the reoccurring emotions that were happening at that time. While doing that, I was able to dive into those patterns, make sure that I wasn't reacting, but I was responding to certain situations, which has made an incredible impact on my emotional intelligence. Number 2, understanding my triggers, right? So being mindful of your emotions, you'll be able to dive into specifics that make you triggered, right? Let's say a certain sound or a certain smell made you angry, right? So now you're living your life, you're going through your day-to-day, and you get a whiff of that smell. That might trigger you to act out of character or just be a little angrier than you were before, right? And it happens subconsciously. So if you really understand why you're getting triggered, you'll be able to improve your emotional intelligence, and instead of reacting to situations, you'll be able to respond to situations. And number 3, I've improved my self-reflection, which means at the end of the day, I've been able to go over all of my values and make sure that I am living my true authentic self by matching those values. And if I didn't match those values, I'd change something. I would either change my values or I would change how I was developing as a man. And if I wasn't being a good man, then I would change that. If I had crappy values, then I would change that as well. But they definitely had to match, because when you have crappy values, you don't show up as yourself. You don't hold that certain level of integrity. We all know that person that says one thing, but when they step out in front of a crowd, they do something else, right? Or they go behind closed doors and they do something else. That means they're not true to their integrity. They're not true to their true authentic self. That's something that I never wanted to be. I always wanted to be my true authentic self. I wanted to show up as O'Shea Abney. So at the end of the day, I've been doing a lot of self-reflection. That is what I've been seeing a lot while I've been coaching people, while I've been just helping people be a better person, is they might show up in they might show up through a lens 2 different ways, right? So if we just all improve our self-reflection, we increase our emotional intelligence. That's just how it works. So if you're feeling like you can increase your emotional intelligence, try to dive into your patterns, those reoccurring patterns. Dive into those triggers that make you act out of character. Really feel that emotion during that time so that you can correct it. And last but not least, do a lot of self-reflection. Make sure every single day you reflect on that day. You reflect on your character. You reflect on who you want to be. Because that person that you want to be, you're already that person right now. You just have to truly believe that you're that person. That's all I got for today's episode. It is Tuesday, and I'm trying to switch up my calendar on my YouTube videos. Tuesdays will be more directed to mindfulness acts that we can implement in our day-to-day life to really show up as ourselves, feel comfortable in our own skin, and really wear that true authentic tattoo on our sleeve. That true authentic person that we're supposed to be on our skin, just like a tattoo. So if you enjoyed this video, please like it, share it, whatever. But stay tuned for more stuff. I'll be posting some skydiving, base jumping content later in the week. If you want more consistent videos and whatnot, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, and soon follow me on TikTok. I don't know why I said that. I'm just kind of spewing off some stuff now. But I hope you have a good rest of your day, and you already know what it is, Sky Level Mindset.